Welcome again. Now we will talk about switch statement. Switch statement is another way to make selections. So like if statement, in if statement we have if and else. So yeah, that means we have two options, but sometimes we have many options. If you have many options, then it's better to think about switch statement. But remember, you cannot always use switch statement in place of if. There are some restrictions. Anyway, how to write switch statement? Switch statement is written this way. We start with the word switch, and then we have parentheses. Then between the parentheses we have an expression. Expression, it's something, maybe a variable or expression in general. So let's have, for example, a variable x, but we have of course to define this x before. Let's say integer x equal 3. Then anyway, here what I want to say that between the parentheses here we have an expression. It's not like if a statement. Between the parentheses we have a condition. Usually it's using, for example, one of the relational operators. So we might have x less than 4, x greater than 4, or something like that. Here we have only an expression. Then the structure, the block of switch also start with brackets and end also with brackets. Between those two brackets we write the options or the cases. We're starting with the word case, for example 3. That means if x equal 3, do whatever here in front of those column. For example, cout it's 3. Okay, now we would say case 100. That means if x equal 100, cout, for example, it's 100. Okay, so when my program starts, it will compare x with the value in front of the case. Remember, this is not the number of a case, it's the value, the possible value for x. So when it matches, it will execute the code in front of that case. Let's for example have case 5. We say cout it's 5. Okay, now x is 3, so it should match with the first case and it will print cout it's 3. So what you should note here, that x is only a switch statement only used when we have equal operator, when x equal 3 or x equal 100 or x equal 5. So we cannot use switch statement instead of if the condition is based on another operator like less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, not equal. We cannot use. Only if the condition is based on the equal or equality. Okay, this is one condition. The second condition, the only expression that allowed to be used here is it should be of type either integer or type character. For example, if x was double, so here we will get an error. So if your condition is based on a data type that's anything rather than integer or character, then in that case you cannot use switch, even if you have multiple choices. The only possible way in that case is to use if. Okay, anyway, let's run the program and see what will happen now, because x equal 3. We are supposed to find it is 3, but what we got it's 3, it's 100, it's 5. So all of them, why we got all those output? Because when it matched with a case, for example this one, it continue with the rest of the cases. Okay, for example, let me show you that if it's 100, it will not match with the 3, but it will match with the 100. So it will start from 100 and then it will continue with the rest. See the output and so on. Now what if I don't want that to happen? I want, if it matches with 3, it just execute the code here and then ignore the other cases. Then at that point you need to add the word or the statement break. So break means after you finish whatever code here, maybe you have more than one statement and you reach break, that's it. You need to get out of the switch structure. Okay, of course, last statement break is an optional. It's not necessary because if you reach this one, this is the end, that's it. You don't have other cases. Now let's say, for example, we have 100. We got now only that message, it's 100, which is in front of case 100. Now one more thing, you might, what if x is let's say 10, which does not match with any one of those cases? What will happen? You see, we got no output, no, because there is no case that matches with the 10. Sometimes I want, if it doesn't match, if the condition doesn't match, or the variable or the expression here does not equal any one of the cases, then I want to do a specific output or statement or execute something. In that case, before beside cases, you can write default. So default means if it doesn't match with any one of those cases, then go to default. For example, cout, it is something else. But in this case here, you need a break, because in case it matches with 5, it will also go to the default and print it something else. Now, for default also, again, we don't need a break because this is the last statement. Control F5. Now, we got that default message, it's something else. So default, it's an optional, you can have it, or we can write switch statement without default.